Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Well, the clouds and cool temperatures weren't enough. Rain and snow crossing Lake Michigan. We'll tell you what end of that we're going to get coming up.
We're hearing from clerks across the state of Michigan. What's the expectation as we approach the big election? And also, what can you do to make sure that your vote is counted? I'm Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank, tonight.
All right, Hank, but we're going to begin with the tragic end to a tragic story. The Southfield woman found alive in a funeral home has died 8 weeks later in the hospital. Topping our news today at 5, 20-year-old Tamisha Beauchamp was declared dead 8 weeks ago before being found alive a short time later at a funeral home in Detroit.
Today, her family announced she died at Children's Hospital. Jason Colthorpe is following this story for us tonight. Jason, they say she went peacefully.
She did, Kimberly, but her family also says she went wrongly. They believe had these Southfield paramedics done their job properly when they were called that day, she'd still be alive. It began with a terrifying situation that only got worse. 20-year-old Tamisha Beauchamp, who had cerebral palsy, found unconscious.
Okay, and what's going on there that you need an ambulance this morning?
My daughter has a lot of medical complications and she's not responding to me.
Southfield paramedics arrived and tried to resuscitate her. According to the investigation, after the paramedics' licenses were suspended, one medic twice failed to recognize Beauchamp was still alive, and they improperly had her transported to a funeral home. It was there someone noticed her gasping for air, and she was rushed to the hospital where she was critical ever since. Until today, when she died peacefully at Children's Hospital. The Beauchamp family released a statement reading simply, "Our whole family is devastated. This is the second time our beloved Tamisha has been pronounced dead, but this time she isn't coming back." The family attorney Jeffrey Feiger has filed suit against the paramedics, saying Beauchamp died of massive brain damage suffered when Southfield paramedics wrongly declared her dead and failed to provide her oxygen. That state investigation, by the way, found that one of the paramedics changed his report after the fact. That's still ongoing. The Southfield police, or the Southfield fire chief, I should say, when told about that, plus the entirety of the investigation, found it alarming, but also not what they believe to be true. So still more to go in that. Reporting live, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Yeah. Okay, Jason, thank you.
Let's move now to the coronavirus. And in the past 2 days, the state has recorded 2,909 new cases of COVID-19, along with 21 more deaths. That puts the average of the past 2 days at a little over 1,450 cases a day, though important to note, numbers are consistently lower on the weekends, so we'll see where it goes from here. But we're also getting updated numbers of COVID-19 outbreaks happening in Michigan schools.
Right, here are some of the broad strokes. 27 new schools are reporting outbreaks of 2 or more cases. Notably, Plymouth Christian Academy in Canton is reporting 6 new cases in a week. And the school with the most cases remains Michigan State University. It's dealing with 1,622 cases. We posted all the data on our website over at clickondetroit.com. Well, this morning, the state's chief medical executive, Dr. Janae Caldoun, appeared remotely before a joint House and Senate committee that's overseeing the state's COVID-19 response.
Lawmakers questioned her on a range of topics, often, though, with the seeming intent to try to identify the data used by the governor in her executive orders. We bring in Dr. Frank McGeorge here now with more. Frank.
Yeah, Devin and Kimberly. So COVID-19, it's a medical and public health event. But the fact that it is occurring during a very political year and that there are deep disagreements on the steps that have been taken to contain it cannot be overlooked. Dr. Caldoun summarized where the data puts us right now. Legislators wanted more.
What science and data suggested having coronavirus patients in nursing homes with non-coronavirus patients was a good idea?
Our approach has been consistent with CMS guidance at the time. We never forced, actually, any nursing homes to accept any patients that they did not feel like they could take appropriate care of.
Dr. Janae Caldoun faced over 90 minutes of virtual testimony before a state COVID-19 oversight committee, where she was asked to explain what data she relies on to advise the governor.
We look at how the disease is spreading across the state. It varies locally, it varies regionally. And we look at various epidemiological metrics, whether it's cases, deaths, percent positivity, you've heard us talk a lot about. But we also don't look at it just one point in time, but we look at trends over time, which is really important.
Issues raised by lawmakers included concerns about drug use, suicide, isolation in nursing homes, domestic violence, and mental health issues related to the pandemic.
As decisions are being made at the executive office, is there a psychologist or a psychiatrist or someone who's standing in to talk about the whole person approach?
Well, absolutely. Those things that you said are not lost on me. I can say, though, that, again, it's really about the virus.
Now, Dr. Khaldoun said that her role is to advise the governor. She is not the decision maker on executive orders. Now, as far as where things stand currently, she said she is very concerned about current trends and reemphasized the need to slow the spread through masks, distancing, avoiding gatherings, and doing things outside instead of inside whenever possible.
Now, talk a little bit about the discussion about Michigan's plan, Frank, when a vaccine does become available.
Yeah, so Dr. Khaldoun said Michigan did submit an interim COVID vaccine distribution plan to the CDC on Friday. She said it's likely at first any vaccine would be available in only limited quantities and would be for healthcare workers at the highest risk. Now, as the vaccine becomes more broadly available, it would be distributed to other groups, but that specifically is still yet to be determined.
Yeah, all of those logistics still look to be awfully complicated. Yep. All right, Frank. Well, making our way through a Monday, we've had to dodge a bit of rain off and on all day.
We have. It's been pretty gloomy all day today, Ben.
Yeah, we're going to see more of this, guys, clouds and rain as we get through at least the first half of the week, and then things start looking up as we head towards the upcoming weekend. But look at that. Look at all of that snow across Wisconsin, trying to cross the lake. Some of that's going to get into Michigan, but it's going to be confined mostly to the UP. They've got winter weather advisories expecting up to 4 inches of snow in the western end of the UP. Just rain for us, and you can see it's going to spread across the area tonight. Could get into some moderate bursts of rain there, and probably a little bit more widespread than what that model is showing. Does look like it's going to be done by about midnight, 1 a.m., and should be dry by tomorrow morning. Temperatures consistently in the 40s through the evening. We do have some warmer numbers coming, believe it or not, at least a pair of 70s in the 7-day forecast. We'll look and see if that can coincide with the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Guys?
Okay, Ben. An Ecorse man is formally charged in the murder of a 13-month-old little boy.
James Gibson is charged with first-degree murder in the death of Zaire Reed, the son of his live-in girlfriend. Gibson was charged last month in the child abuse case of Zaire's surviving twin, Zion. The twins were found by police back in July. Prosecutors say the two had clearly suffered weeks of abuse.
There's one severely injured child in this case and one deceased child that also had several injuries that would have been noticeable to anybody. And it is our theory that Mr. Gibson, in fact, killed that child with premeditation.
Twins' mother, Lisa Reed, is also facing charges in the case. Gibson will be back in court later this month for a hearing to determine if he'll go to trial on the charges.
Well, they say Detroit needs better leadership, and it can't wait until the next election.
Today, a group including several of his biggest foes have submitted a petition to recall Mayor Duggan. Rod Maloney joins us live tonight. The first step in what would be a very long process, Rod.
Well, Devin, yeah, it's a long process and designed to be. Now, here's the thing. It was a Detroit man who he has buyer's remorse tonight because he actually voted for Mike Duggan back in 2017, and now his name is Franklin Long, has filed that petition to get him out of office.
I believe in you. You're a fraud. You're a crook. You need to be exposed. You can't threaten me. You can try to threaten me. I'm not going nowhere.
Franklin Long's turning point stems from Detroit's homelessness, he says. In particular, people forced from their homes because of $600 million in overassessed taxes. He calls it an abusive tax policy.
It's sad. We trust in this mayor. And this is what he did to us. He refused to give them the money back, refused to give them tax credit.
Working with Long is well-known Duggan critic and nemesis, Detroit businessman Robert Carmack.
I think that we need to remove him as quick as possible, and I would put up the money to get rid of him, no matter how much it costs. I would raise the money to get rid of him.
So we went to Mayor Mike Duggan today, and he said the recall is pretty much ho-hum stuff, and also
misstates the issue.
I was the one that stopped the overassessments. So the overassessments started in 2010. When I ran for mayor in 2013, I campaigned against that overassessment all across the city.
The mayor believes this group is simply against Proposal N that would increase vacant home demolition funding.
They have been angry since the results came in 2017. And this is the third time now they've announced a recall petition.
So here's the thing. The Election Commission meets on the 27th of October. And there may be a problem here because the recall law says that the offenses that are committed have to happen within the time frame of the current administration, which would have dated back to 2017, but those tax reassessments happened between 2010 and 2015. But should the Election Commission give the green light to this, they have 60 days to gather petition signatures. Back to you.
And the number of signatures required in that time, Rod?
47,500, Devin, is the exact number, but you know when they do these kinds of things, they'll probably need to collect something closer to 60,000.
Yeah, exactly, because you're going to have some disqualified along the way. All right, Rod. Other news today, she disappeared into Lake St. Clair. 10 years later, the investigation into her death is still open.
Coming up, Local 4 defender Karen Drew continues her in-depth investigation. What happened to Joanne Matuk?
Also, the political climate has gone from bad to worse to downright ugly. New tonight, how one expert believes these turbulent times can be tamped down in one very specific way. Hank.
A record number of Michiganders expected to vote in the November election. So what are local clerks doing right now to get ahead of it all and make sure that your vote is counted? We'll have that story tonight.